This is Alex Hadaway doing a presentation on 3D animation, its technology, and how it was developed. Computer animation is defined as the process of digitally creating either static or dynamic imagery. This means that a computer-generated image is classified as animation even if it does not move. Before computers were invented, animation was possible but very crude. Earliest animation techniques include the thaumatrope, zoetrope, and rotoscoping. Rotoscoping is one of the earliest forms of motion capture. Before computers were invented, 3D animation was done using stop motion only. Stop motion is a process where the animator takes a photograph of a physical model, either sculpted or built, then moves it slightly, takes another photograph, and continues to repeat this process until the scene they wish to develop has been completed. These photographs are then compiled together and turned into a video. Some of the most famous stop motion movies include The Nightmare Before Christmas and the original King Kong. Once computers were developed, there was a big push to develop computer imagery, and the first digital image was created on a SEAC computer in 1957. It was an image of the program designer's son. The first film drawn on a computer was a vector animation of a car developed in 1960 at the Swedish Royal Institute of Technology. Many of the basic techniques that are crucial to 3D animation, such as texture mapping and curved surface subdivision, were developed in the 1970s at the University of Utah. The first use of 3D graphics in film was in the 1976 movie Future World, and it was done animating a hand and a face. The first extended use in film was 15 minutes of complete CGI in the movie Tron in 1982. In 1984, Lucasfilm released The Adventures of Andre and Wally B, which is the first animated short using only CGI. The computer programs that have been developed for 3D animation use complex algorithms and coding to create 3D models and environments. A 3D model in a computer is simply a mathematical representation of what that model would look like in the real world. 3D animation programs use many of the same algorithms and techniques used by 2D programs such as vector graphics and wireframe modeling. The photographs shown on this slide are pieces of 3D animation. The Pentakis dodecahedron is a 3D model that has been animated to spin. I modeled the dice shown below in a program called Maya. The dice on the left have been lit and rendered, but do not have a texture applied. Dice on the right have been modeled in wireframe mode, which is a setting that allows the animator and the viewer to see the structure of the model and see how the textures are applied to it. Some of the prominent developers for 3D animation programs are Autodesk, founded in 1982, and Alias Research, founded in 1983. Autodesk's first program for 3D was released for DOS in 1990, and Alias's first program, Power Animator, was released in 1988 and used for movies like Terminator 2 and Jurassic Park. Autodesk eventually developed Maya in 1998, which is the current 3D animation industry standard program. It has been used on films like Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers and Star Wars Episode 2: Attack of the Clones. I used Maya to model the dice in the previous slide. The primary challenge facing modern 3D animators is called the uncanny valley. Uncanny valley is a phenomenon where a 3D image looks almost completely human save for a few small differences. but these differences can cause the image to look disturbing and sometimes even revolting. The future of 3D animation will primarily consist of developing newer and faster methods of animation, as well as progressing towards conquering the uncanny valley and making 3D models and images completely human. These are some of my references, and this is the end of my presentation.